as many shortened words into a headline as ever, I think. Brit nuke sub launch fails. This is while the Defence Secretary was on board, we are told.
Yes, that's right. So it was a test of a Trident missile on the 30th of January. The missile was launched and it failed, and it sort of came down, not, within sort of, close to the launch, I suppose, so everyone could see it. Apparently, it's the second one that's failed in a row. We don't have a huge amount of detail from the story.
Well, the MOD has given us a statement on the back of this.
Right.
They have said HMS Vanguard, the vessel which we're talking about, and her crew have been proven fully capable of operating the UK's continuous at-sea deterrent, passing all tests during a recent demonstration and shakedown operation, a routine test to confirm that the submarine can return to service following deep maintenance work. During the test, an anomaly occurred. As a matter of national security, we cannot provide further information on this. However, we are confident that the anomaly was event-specific, and therefore there are no implications for the reliability of the wider Trident missile system and stock.
Well, that's all right then, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
So basically, if we're being led to believe, which is the current narrative coming out from Western leaders, that Putin's going to attack a NATO state within the next 6 years, as long as there's an event-led specific issue, we shouldn't worry about it.
I mean,
we can't even get HMS the Prince of Wales to leave the port to go into a NATO exercise. We've got a nuke. I mean, what is this, Dad's Army? I mean, we've got a situation here where the Army's recruitment levels are at 75,000 at the moment. And yet at the Munich Security Conference at the weekend, everyone's talking tough on Putin. And the reality is this: J.D. Vance, a Republican senator, made the statement very clearly. They talk tough, the West. They're not going to do anything. Ukraine is spending more munitions in 1 month than the West produces in a year. It's not just about money. It's about munitions and putting your thing on a munitions footing.
I think we need to do a programme on what does work in this country. That might be quite short. Oh, dear. Anyway, right, lots more still to come, including this we haven't fitted in yet, including the issue first highlighted by Sky News last year, now leading to a markets probe on baby formula prices. Are watching the press preview with me once again, the broadcaster and commentator Ali Mirage and the chief leader writer at The Observer, Sonia Soda. Well, a story close to Sky News' heart, let's be honest about it, which is the price of baby formula. A probe has been launched because people are really suffering with how they buy the food to feed their children.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a Competition and Markets Authority that has launched an inquiry into this, an investigation. And the reason is that baby formula prices have gone up by 25% in just 2 years. And I didn't realise, actually, how much market domination there was. So it's just two companies, Nestle and Danone, which account for 85% of sales. And you can imagine, I mean, having a baby is such an expensive time anyway. Some women don't want to breastfeed. Some women just can't breastfeed. They are reliant on formula milk. And it's, it's expensive. And 25% in 2 years when there's a cost of living crisis, it's huge. And so what the CMA will be looking at is this purely driven by the cost of the raw ingredients and the labour and the cost of production and shipping, etc., or this level of market domination by two big players? Is there something else going on that's more akin to sort of price fixing?
Let's move on to the front page of the Times, shall we? It leads on Prince William and his Gaza plea, but also on the side here is the speculation over how Alexei Navalny died. And this is interesting, isn't it?
It is, and it's brutal. What the speculation is that obviously he was in an Arctic penal colony. Yeah. The temperature was minus 27 degrees. They put him outside for longer than an hour, made his blood go basically stone cold, and then there was a punch to the heart, a single punch to the heart, which is apparently what KGB operatives are taught to do, which is absolutely fatal in those conditions. So it doesn't bear thinking about. Thoughts with his family. His wife is very courageous, trying to be steadfast and resolute in what is a horrendous time. They won't even release the body yet because, well, they're saying it's all procedural. We don't know if it's with Novichok or whatever. Now we understand it's this punch to the heart. But absolutely appalling. He was a symbol of the resistance in Russia. Clearly, President Putin's an autocratic dictator with nothing to lose, completely quashes all sorts of dissent whatsoever. But as I say, the West talks a good game on taking Putin on. But frankly, if I was President Zelensky or anyone in Russia, I'd be worried about the West staying power. The West does not have the risk appetite for the long game. You can see that in Afghanistan. You can see it with Pakistan. You can see all of these things. People have been let down by the West. That's the problem.
You can see it with what's going on in the US at the moment with House Republicans, using the aid package, to play domestic politics with.
About the border, the southern border.
This is global security. Putin just isn't a threat to Ukraine or through, to dissidents like Navalny. I mean, he's a threat to the West.
And front page of the Daily Telegraph now, also leading on Prince William and Gaza. But again, their right-hand column, Martha's Rule forces doctors to note the instincts of parents. And Martha's Rule allows worried parents to seek out a second opinion. Is that right?
Absolutely. So this is something that one of my colleagues at The Guardian has been campaigning for, Mary Mills. So it's incredibly tragic, lost her daughter, Martha, and she died of sepsis, and it was preventable, but the doctors missed it. So this gives parents and carers the right to request a second opinion when they see their child deteriorating, and that means a second team of doctors and nurses, specialists in sort of sepsis intensive care. And I think Merapi and her husband Paul will think that they didn't want Martha to die in vain. They wanted to do something for other parents who might find themselves in the same situation.
Sonia and Ali, thank you both very much indeed. See you for the whole of the 11, of course, for now. Thank you. Here's the weather.
Warm memories wherever you go.